Welcome to the first of two big ones. We are in the European Conference Championship, and we have Ryukuma, an old veteran, and Maxah, the first time, the newcomer to this tournament. Both those guys played fantastic tournaments so far, and now they're playing for the big one. So JJ, introduce us to what we're getting.
Well, Ryukuma is bringing his Highlander warrior, his Highlander Galacron rogue, and get this, his Resurrect Priest, which was not banned.
Not banned for the first time.
And the Galacron Control Warlock was banned in its stead. Now Maxah is bringing a Hand Warlock, a Mech Paladin, a Combo Priest, and Maxah's Pirate Warrior is banned.
So, we got some interesting lineups here, most certainly. Ryukuma not wanting any part of that aggro, Maxah not wanting any part of that control. I'm really curious to see what Maxah is thinking about with this priest. Maybe, just maybe, because we always noticed that his lineups is a bit more outlandish than some of the other ones. So maybe he's brought an anti-priest lineup. He was thinking about that the whole time. Like, I'm gonna run into someone who brings a priest, and I'm just not gonna ban it. How about them apples? So that's a possibility. Got Ryukuma on top there, showing off that he's Hearthstone rich once again, with the golden legendary discoveries, letting it hang there for a second just to make sure you notice that they are golden in fact. Maxah on the bottom with the Mech Paladin queued up. We have a bit of a visual situation going on there, why it couldn't happen any other time than the championship game, of course.
It has happened other times as well, which just makes it even worse.
Exactly. This one is a big one. The winner of this match will get a guaranteed spot in the next tournament, which is coming up when the next expansion rolls around, probably around May to June or so. And we're going to get the winner of this match in for an exclusive interview right after. It's really not as exclusive as I just made it sound. It is just as exclusive as the game, because it's going to be in the same video right after. But stay tuned for that. We're getting some thoughts as Maxah has produced a huge robot on the board in our absence. That seems to be quite important, but this sap is going to come down.
Yes.
Going to have to deal with that somehow.
Which is kind of twofold in its own right? You are removing that Noyo module, like, completely, but also you're allowing your opponent to get another Galvanizer proc in there.
Which he's probably going to take right away.
Yeah, Micro Hot Air Balloon, it's not bad.
I'll take it. I'm going to play all this stuff. Says Max, I'm going to go aggro on you. You see the Edwin on the hand for Ryukuma. Not a lot of stuff to come up with
We've seen that.
We've seen crazy things happen with it. That was most notably employed by Crown Cooker to close out his semifinals match. He moved into the American Conference Championship, which is still to come up. Of course, him versus Peter Babbitt. It's also going to be a historical match. Ryukuma probably looking to invoke here, but you have a lot of stuff to deal with from the beginning all the time. So he does. See what he decides to go with here. The air balloon needs to go, he says.
Yeah, because that keeps growing, of course. So that is probably the most.
Speaking of which,
imminently problematic. Yeah, we're gonna see likely another one. Maybe we're gonna see a dude. Who knows?
He might play a dude. Yeah, it's a dude. Maxah decides to go with manpower instead of mech power.
I mean, fully knowing that currently there is no draw.
Yep.
And
who could blame him?
You know, you want to make sure that you get some impact every turn, so you much rather play the hot air balloon a turn later and get 2 more dudes on the board in the meantime or something.
We've seen Maxah trust in his paladin big time this whole entire tournament. But what we've also seen is Ryukuma being the only player in the entire conference that hasn't taken a loss the entire tournament that has also participated actively. But Ryukuma's undefeated. As far as the scorekeepers let me know, he should be 9-0 at the moment. That's Sparrow Hockey in numbers from him there.
Literally, because that were Sparrowhawk's numbers going into this exact same match in the last tournament, the European Championship.
Where he won 3-1.
Yes.
Against? Testing JJ's history knowledge?
You know for a fact that my memory's horrible.
I don't know, I'm not sure myself, but something says it was Ryukuma. But I don't know. If I'm discrediting someone here, let me know. I'm sorry about that. But I'm not entirely certain. It might have been someone else too. Alright, bot stays around. Now we get a magnetic draw. It's potentially huge. And Ryukuma next turn not quite going to be in the range.
Do you magnetize onto?
I guess the mummy, huh? Because it can attack this turn. That's a lot of damage I don't want to waste.
But also, other argument, right? The hot air balloon keeps growing. So, in both attack and health,
Yeah.
mind you, as long as the micro mummy is around. But the health being the part where it stays alive for longer.
Now, Siamat not available just yet. Ryukuma has come up with something else to hold against this. That Leroy on hand, Max is going to keep that till the very end, until he really needs it.
How about that flooped maniac
it's
there?
Gonna be a huge weapon. I like the invocations. It's going to be looking for a cobalt.
And then maybe it's...
And he picks the cobalt up. That's going to be huge. That's going to take care of a balloon.
Yes, it is. And the 2 extra health on the maniac kept it alive, meaning that you now need 2 of your microbots.
Menace.
Yeah, I mean, at this point you probably go double microbots into the maniac, hit the 4-2 that you're gonna create into the face, and then summon another dude.
Do agree. Now, Ryukuma is gonna give a bunch of things rush next turn with popping that weapon.
Yes, one of which could very well be a Shield of Galakron.
That's gonna help out quite a good bit. He could play his Siamat right now.
Play it as like a taunt Divine Shield, then give it rush with a dagger.
I think Rush and Wind Fury.
I mean, you don't want to give it rush.
You don't want to give it a rush?
Because you have the dagger.
Well, but you want to hit it into the 4-2 first and then kill the dagger, I think. Well, you can do it either way, I think.
I mean, you could
definitely give it Divine
You could hit
Shield.
the dude with a dagger. I mean,
you could do that also. See what he decides to go with here.
Divine Shield.
Also, this is going to be Siamat. Taunt is an option.
That's what I said. Taunt Divine Shield and then hit the dagger. Yeah.
Taunt is fine. Let's see if he even decides to hit at all. Yeah, it does. So everything needs to go, I suppose. Or almost everything. And we might see this Leroy deployed now to crack this taunt. He might be forced to do this. And Makaru not the draw you want to see from Maxah.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate situation to be in.
I think Leroy's forced. I think you have to just go. You got him to get him to single digit health. Just do it.
Single digit health.
Single digit health. Sounds great.
9.
9.
I mean, you might even want to take the trade with the microbot to not guarantee that you can kill the Leroy next turn. Oh wait, Leroy dies anyways. Never mind.
Leroy dies. You run into the
I forgot about that.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
fair enough. So yeah, 9 health.
Hey, you're not letting that Siamat hang out. It's gonna get Shadow Stub and worse things happen.
Stepped.
Stub. Right. Stub is my personal past tense for stab. I forget. I like to make violent acts sound less violent by changing the wording.
So what he's trying to say is he likes downplaying violence.
I like to make it sound less violent. So is there an Edwin turn somewhere? It might be. With the evolving Alaki, perhaps?
Yeah, there's no great Advent turn.
It's probably just going to be a taunt.
But the shield, was it? That does good things.
Alex Straza, by the way, the Dragon Queen is on hand. That's value. Big
yes,
value.
and noteworthy again. This is the Highlander variety, so
it's gonna be active.
It's definitively active
off the top. Well, Zilex is not as great as he would be without magnetization. So he might not play him here.
Yeah, which is a little awkward. But then again, the thing is, no matter what you magnetize it on, it gets rush, of course. So
Yeah.
it's always going to be able to attack.
It's huge. Yeah.
Down. You know what's also huge?
Dragon.
Yes,
A
dragon.
very large bird that gives you 2 more.
Also,
birds
there's
that are
a
free.
beast on hand.
There is a beast on hand. That is correct.
As produced by this bad boy, the Transmogrifier.
Yes.
Backstab becomes the beast.
Shouldn't a Transmogrifier give you something that just looks like a minion but is a different one or something? I don't know. This game seems wrapped up. It seems like Ryukuma is going to stay undefeated for another one. One more game, that is.
The streak! Keeping the streak alive!
The streak. He definitely knows what's up. And Skyclaw.
Remember the streak.
I do remember the streak. But there's really no way to mitigate all this damage coming in.
Well, I mean, you're killing one thing, you're healing back to full. You are kind of forcing your opponent to hit into the other thing.
Not that he
what
doesn't
was
have
that
the resources
legendary
to.
that we got there? It's Vicino.
Yeah.
I still like the Golden Beast.
That's pretty useless. He could play the Beast right now. Not like he doesn't have the resources to take out the Finkel Einhorn if it ever shows up.
Maybe there's the inventory though. Maybe. Ooh.
It might be the inventory. That's a good one.
Power of the Wild. Once the killer turns Mogre Fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not trying to have any more of that.
Understandably.
That garbage.
So. How about like?
Oh, shadow stepping a big bird. Yeah.
Not a bird.
Technically a bird, kind of a bird. I think.
Not at all a bird.
Close enough to a bird.
Nah.
Once again,
Really.
2 free ones. It flies. 2 more free ones coming
So
up.
do bats. What's your point?
Yeah, they're also close to birds.
Not really.
They're kinda
Bats
close.
are even further from birds than dragons.
Also, dragons are kind of close to birds.
In the
That's a
same
big one.
sense
Celiacs.
that dinosaurs are close to. Well, that was that.
That was that, and Maxah can see it's right in the middle of a great animation. That was cool.
Yeah,
that's
that
really
was
true.
very,
Yeah, I do like he
very
he
dramatic.
timed that really well. I definitely appreciate that. So Ryukuma with the 1-0 lead, still undefeated. That's a 10-win streak. We should at some point, not this time, but at some point hand out like extra prizes for a 10-0 streak or something. If someone can pull that off,
We should definitely maybe have like a bit of a stat special after this, where it's like longest win streak.
yeah, we could do that.
Most unique decks, sort of a thing.
Ryukuma is on his way. By the way, this whole thing is sponsored by Beverage. Go drink Beverage. It's great. You are watching the game of games in the European Division, the European Conference Championship game. It is Ryukuma, Maxah. We're in game 2. And we get both decks switched. We have Priest on Warlock. Violence.
Yes, it is the Resurrect Priest. This might be the first time that we've seen this played in the tournament.
It's gotten a lot of ban love. That is true.
And the Hand Warlock, which we have definitely seen before.
We have seen that. Maxah has done some wondrous things with this particular Warlock.
Yeah, very unique too. A lot of other people bring the Galcorn Control Warlock as a somewhat similar playstyle, but not quite the same.
I just like to think that he opened Valdor's on launch day and just like, I'm gonna make this no matter what.
I mean, fair enough.
And then he got really good at it.
Hey, listen, if you open a fun legendary, you can build a deck around it.
See
And
if
if it plays well, and you can bring it to a tournament. I mean,
Then
why
you can
not?
go to the championship game with it. Why not? Yeah. If it's really good.
And it appears to be.
Yes. We'll see
So
if...
far.
let's hope Max doesn't try to coin this Mountain Giant out next turn, though.
I think if you make it to the European Championship, you're probably experienced enough not to make that mistake.
Probably.
There comes the healing for the quest.
Yep. And you'll see that a lot from this priest. Just whatever it takes.
Just heal whatever. Just
Heal what's damaged. It does not matter what it is. We just heal it. We need the points of healing coming in. I'm expecting to see a big elemental now, though. That abyssal, by the way, is also going to be important because it summons big stuff, hand size and all. He could coin it next turn as soon as next turn.
Yeah, first of all, we're gonna see a convincing infiltrator, which is gonna take out the giant, presumably.
He could. I'm gonna spellbreaker this. I'm saying no. Like no, we're not doing this now.
Fair enough. That's actually probably the best possible response there, and not a lot of healing on Ryukuma's hand right now.
No, he could play the other one.
I think I like Cartoon better here actually.
Cartoon, yeah, that is.
Because it gives you some guaranteed healing, it blocks the minion. Convincing Infiltrator has a 50-50 shot if you don't summon something on top of it. Which you could.
He's gonna put it down. So yeah, you might not play the Abyssal. You might play Abyssal and Orcorn Valdor's or whatever, and then hit this. Infiltrator's gonna do it right away, and the giant gets destroyed.
We're gonna see that go to the face, and I think we're gonna see the Abyssal, yeah.
Just keep
prefers to make sure that the elemental stays alive over the giant. That
it's
being
big
said,
run, it has taunt.
that being said, I would have probably played the Abyssal first, because also the Abyssal itself could have died, the 2/2, yeah. The Abyssal Summoner. And Breath of the Infinite coming down.
Clearing everything up, he has to. Katrina Morty is on tap next turn, by the way.
And right now we do still have we have potentially the Witch Doctor, where we're gonna just see the biggest minion come down. Fair enough.
Katrina should be the autoplay almost. You got a good chance to get you one of those infiltrators back.
Did anything else die? Even?
Friggin' what was that thing? I forget. I think there was one more.
Plays a small minion very wisely.
Corruption is interesting, but doesn't help much.
Plot Twist is probably the biggest impact in this deck, but you're not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. You want to probably corrupt this.
Corrupt the Katrina, yeah. 50-50 shot and
gets to go the right way. So corrupt the Katrina.
And that might just be the turn. Yeah, taps it on top of it, but...
That's full hand now, of course. You have to ditch something.
Gets rid of the coin, and the thing that is, right, Nether Breath can go face.
It can go face,
and you have a lot of big minions, so there could be a very fast lethal out of more or less nowhere at some point.
So Katrina Morty is going to die here from the corruption. That's going to be big for Maxah.
Yeah, but it dies at the start of turn, so it summons one more thing, which is, of course, an Infiltrator.
Dark Sky is just saying no mas.
That's only 9, right? Oh no, wait.
It was full hand. He was at... and uses the Mortal Coil.
Fire Witch Doctor discovers in the cards. Stolen Fusion is really good.
Something I like. You have Leroy placed so conveniently there.
Let's
do it. Why not? Sort of thing.
And now we just see there's 10 damage on hand right now.
Yeah.
That can just be played for 7 mana. Wait, actually, sorry, 14 because there's also Soulfire.
Leroy got buffed too.
Wait, what is it? Oh yeah, right. Wait, that's 12, 16.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
When you can push 16 from hand without much issue.
Play Alexstrasza.
Yeah, Alexstrasza. The problem is Alexstrasza plus opponent's hero power is 17, which is a little awkward.
I've been told it's pretty good.
Well, you know, but I'm saying... Yeah. Wait, why heal your opponent's face? Oh, because of Cartoon. Yeah. That's some next level plays.
Those are forbidden words. Oh no, it does have the mass res, which is huge. Huge deal for this deck.
Almost like the deck was named after it.
Picked up, yeah.
Is it just Valdris and just accept that the cartoon is there?
You could hit it with the Nether Breath and kill it.
Yes.
At the same time.
But the idea of Nether Breath plus Leroy plus Soulfire being a lot of damage to the face at once.
Ooh, Malagoose. That's a huge dragon.
And it's like Nether Breath.
Nether Breath.
Double Nether Breath, Soulfire, Leroy. That is, what did I say? It's 20 points of damage.
Imagine the Malagoose in the mix too for the spell damage.
Yes, that's 15 more damage. That would be 35, but also that's I was about to say that's likely not going to happen.
Stick it for one turn. So there comes the cloning gallery. Gonna see all the golden legendaries that Ryukuma possesses because he's Hearthstone rich. Double Psycho Pump isn't great there. It doesn't do much. The Battle Hat's also not fantastic. Vargoth is pretty good though.
The Water Bearer also is pretty decent, although it does kind of invalidate the cartoon a little bit. We're probably just gonna see a Dark Skies happen next turn.
You want to kick the Battle Hats in so you get the maximum value out of your Vargoth at least. Playing that thing again.
That's true, yeah.
Quest almost done also.
Maybe
Nether Wing or something. Hit the Valdris, play Nether Wing, clear this whole thing up. Can't allow all these water.
That or Dark Skies, but Dark Skies does also hit your own minions. So so does Nether Wing though. Either one.
If you play a minion with it, you can then still Twilight Drake after, have two large things.
Yeah, it's about equal, I would argue, but yeah, in this particular situation, maybe the Nether Wing is slightly better.
So Quest is now, of course, done for Ryukuma, and he still has that Mazres. Keep that in mind. That's going to be very important.
Picks up the Dark Skies.
Dark Skies. So keeping that Nether Wing for some future opportunity. Abyssal Summer.
Plays Abyssal.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe he wanted to play specifically Abyssal with it.
But now that Master is...
It seems like a play.
It's a lot.
Seems like a play. If it picks up Vargoth, all the better, because you'll get two of them.
Yeah, but... wait, how much does Master Resurrect? Doesn't it already fill the board?
Well, it summons 3 minions.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Are you talking about Cloning Gallery?
Oh, I was thinking of... I was probably getting confused with it. Yeah. So, of course, there Vargoth.
Res is 3, you want Vargoth. You do not get Vargoth, you get 2 Batter Hats.
Right, I was mixing that with the gallery, which we just saw, of course. 2 Batter Hats, not what you want.
Is it time to stick this goose and say, I got this? Or you want to play Alexstrasza?
I don't think there's any geese.
There is very much a +5 spell damage Malagoose in the hand right now.
I believe you're referring to Malagos, the dragon aspect of magic.
Yes, Malagoose, the dragon aspect of magic, yes. The mad aspect, Malagos. Third of them. Alexstrasza, pressure on the table. Clear this up, says Maxah, and you might have to use your plague.
Yeah, but that's still lethal.
That's the thing, right?
Because, as I said, 20 points of damage from hand. Which is a lot, mind you.
Use the Batter Hat. How do you prevent?
I mean, the batter head does clear the board, but...
The batter heads do clear the board.
Yes, sorry, both together, of
You need
course.
to taunt. You need to play the water bear.
The water bearer does bring him back to 18, which is not 20.
And that's not enough. He could also heal the other batter hat.
Right.
But you see the double breath?
Yeah, no, that's what I said. Double breath, Soulfire, and Leroy is lethal.
Yeah.
That's just...
So we're gonna see Ryukuma lose his first match, and Maxah obviously already has seen it long ago. What a play for Maxah. We tied it up at 1, and we have a game officially. We have a great conference championship on our hands with that great combination that he pulls out, and he kept the priest in the lineup for Ryukuma, and he just beat it. Just beat it. First try. Gutsy move there for Maxah, but he probably had some thought behind that. So we're tied up at 1. Both players are 1 deck down, which means that they have 2 more to go.
Highlander Warrior and Resurrect Priest for Ryukuma, Mech Paladin and Combo Priest for Maxah.
I think we could see Maxah take this priest apart. He seems to, just intuitively, I think he likes his lineup against this priest. That's the reason that he didn't ban it. He thinks he can beat it. Beat it. Okay. Got priest, got paladin, so both going back to the deck that has lost them a game so far. I think Maxah probably expecting to see this priest again. Ryukuma probably wasn't expecting to lose with it at all. Cards flip over. Hot air balloon in the house. And we have a glitch. Do we?
I think so.
Are we spazzing out?
That's never happened before. That it happens just during the spectation. But yeah,
we're spazzing out. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get back in. We have whenever Maxah plays this Mech Paladin, just weird stuff happens. Why is that? I don't understand. It's extremely confusing. We'll get back into this though. See,
they're just fake spectation.
Fake spectation. It's not even our fault. We're trying to provide entertainment here, but apologies for that. Anyway, we'll hopefully didn't miss anything important of this conference championship game, which is a fantastic one. By the way, let me remind you to drop a like on this video if you happen to be watching it for some great competition that we're seeing. Some Elite Hearthstone is being served up to you for free. We're not asking for anything. We never ask for donations and all that stuff, you know, like Twitch does. But no, we do it for free, man. All these players, they play for free, except for if they win the whole thing, they get something. But most of them don't. And they're putting the work in anyway. Master Spell is huge. After that Blessing of Kings, that needs to go quickly. Skyclaw could be coming up in combination with this mummy now.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see here too, unless we don't. A lot of other minions decide to go for the draw here with the Blessing.
Yeah, I can see it. Is it potentially already Massive Stereo time, considering you have 2 of them?
A little awkward because a lot of the minions... Yeah, I mean, the mummy of course helps with a little bit, but I think we just saw the solution here though. Drawn. Breath of the Infinite.
That seems like the best way to do it. Allows for a heal on the side of it. Just get that quest rocking.
And heal it is.
Mummy's gonna go. Snip snap time? Double snap time?
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? You push 5 points of damage, which is what... Or you don't.
Oh, it starts to go individual minions. He was probably thinking about some kind of silence or individual removal that he wants to play.
Yeah, I mean, the Forbidden Words and the Convincing Effort are both on hand.
Intuitively, like first instinct, I would have also stacked them all on. Just said, you know, let's do it.
The thing is, the priest has both targeted removal and wide removal, so it's not really significantly better to play around one rather than the other.
Zilix is good for sure. I think it's ever been the case where Zilix wasn't just not a good card at all. It's always good. Could potentially drop the entire hand if we wanted to, but Skyclaw is
pretty good. Even have the space to play the entire hand?
Well, if you magnetize the Glowtron and sack some stuff. Skyclaw coming down, something's gotta go. Galvanizer here, now you can't play anything else.
Yep. But, I mean, hey, the cards are cheap, okay?
Everything's so cheap.
Another Breath of the Infinite, I mean, why not, right? You leave the Snip Snap as a 2-1, but whatever.
That's okay. Probably.
You can play the Infiltrator on top of it if you want to.
So he has twice top decked this exact card.
Yes.
In this game. In like almost back-to-back turns. That is crazy.
That is what we call a pro gamer move.
That is a pro gamer move, yeah. I hear like that people do that in Magic the Gathering more often when you get to shuffle your own deck. And they just stack shit. Like they just stack it themselves. Seems flawed.
I believe that might have happened before, but that's not necessarily a common occurrence. And why did they play the Glotrons first?
Whew! You're saying, nope, we gotta evenly distribute this luck a little bit, says Maxah, and he picks it up. Alright, Forbidden Words gonna clear this up, just nice and easy.
And how about the full hand now?
How about the full hand? You wanna stack the Glotrons on stuff?
Sure, put it in the Micro Machines. Why not?
Put some damage. Nope. Sticking around.
Why, though?
Maybe to put it on the Ziliax at some point?
Fair, I guess.
But you just don't want to overcommit.
But because I was about to say, like, Plague of Death, maybe, but for overcommitting purposes. But Massive Terror, for example, they add more health than attack, so in that regard, they're actually pretty good. I mean, and stuff doesn't die to Batterhead, which.
Now we see True Silver and Gobo Glide. Deal with this. Use one of the Glotrons there to activate the Gobo Glide, which is fine. That makes a lot of sense too.
Yes. And there's another one.
Yeah, he's gonna Mass Res. Probably get one anyway, and a Ziliax. That's a lot of value, and I think that's gonna be it for Ryukuma. He's probably gonna win this. That second
that bonus True Silver there. I mean, you could just
not all what you need.
Hit a thing and then just play the True Silver and
you
like
could
summon
just
a dude.
Also just resign this game and go on.
Yeah, but do you really want to do that in this tournament setting?
I don't know. Is there an out to win this? Probably not. You can try it. You can definitely elongate it a little bit.
I feel like it's always worth a try. It's like on ladder, sure, you'd rather like win one more match here and there.
But yeah, no, not really. So 2-1 for Ryukuma. He got the Priest home. He's 1-1 with the Priest in this match, but he's leading the match 2-1. So he's gonna get his first opportunity to take it all the way, to just go beyond the stars.
Yes, Highlander Warrior coming up for Ryukuma, and Maxah has the choice still between the Mech Paladin and the Combo Priest.
Which one do you like better here, JJ?
I mean, the Highlander Warrior is, at the end of the day, a control warrior, so the Combo Priest with the more explosive power might be a good choice. The problem is you have to be careful that your minions don't get removed right away as they get played. Mech Paladin goes wide a little more, which is more susceptible to a lot of the warrior moves. I don't like either matchup too much.
We'll see.
But you get 2 shots, so there's that. Yes. Well, actually, no, you have to win.
Ryukuma gets 2 shots with his warrior. He goes Priest. He goes, he's flexing the 1000 win Anduin. Why not?
Getting 2 shots with arguably favorable matchups is probably not bad.
It's probably good for Ryukuma. I think he likes his chances right now. I do, however, like the starting hand from Maxah quite a lot.
Yes.
Intensely.
You can go full Northshire, play the Beaming Sidekick, Inner Fire. If you want to, just get 5/5.
Full Northshire when you just play it?
Yeah, I mean...
Isn't it full Northshire and you mill yourself?
Yeah, it's full Northshire when you draw 30 cards. But, you know... I mean...
Yeah, not gonna be like that, huh? Is Lightborn coming up, or do you Inner Fire it? Nothing.
Neither. Inner Fire would have made sense, trying to get an early push established, but it also wastes some of your combo resources. Light Warden just doesn't make sense there.
There's a bunch of good removal there. All 3 of these spells make a lot of sense.
I might just like...
I like Heroic.
More low Heroic, just... Heroic has the disadvantage of adding extra damage, but we have seen that deck can
more
get a lot
indirectly,
of armor.
indirectly too, because you have to take 18 damage for it to be better.
Well, I mean, the thing is that by playing it, you don't take any damage inherently, but
they spend twice the mana. I think Heroic's better. And now you have a plethora of options here.
Yeah, I think we might just see the Nephra set come down to have an extra body and to draw a card.
Light Warden with it.
In combination with Light Warden, sure. Oh, not the Nephra set, it's just Hero Power.
Keeping the value at home. in the house. But he's gonna buff that Light Warden. That's gonna need to go very soon.
We know the Volpera is there. He can just take the trade. Molten Breath would be an option if you really wanted
Are
to.
Volpera just foxes? Is that what they are?
Well, I mean, they're anthropomorphized foxes, yeah.
But they're foxes.
I think so, yeah. No, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Some sort of... Actually, they might...
Some, like, durable canine abomination sort of thing.
Yeah.
Psychopomp time? Looks like most like a fox. I don't know.
Yeah.
I am undecided.
Probably. It might also be some variety of canine, like wait, no. Probably not.
List. I mean, the fox is a canine.
You're right, sorry, yeah, I meant to say it might be
like
some
Durbilian,
feline, yeah.
Rodentian sort of thing. They're a weird type of animal.
Well, aren't we all?
Not as weird as these guys. Rogue Strike played, and he's gonna have to deal with stuff. Gonna use that ramming speed. That makes a lot of sense to me, I think.
Very good ramming speed,
Get rid of this. The Psycho Palm seems like more and more of a tempting play, and Maxah plays it before it's his turn.
I think that's just...
wow.
A little bit of the...
Straight up impressive. Yes, that is our leg on our side, but it looked very...
Expectation thing, yeah.
It looked miraculous. Sure did. Alright, Dynamatic is gonna be hoping to kill two things here, and he does. Dynamatic's a good card.
Yes, it is.
Don't be fooled. It's a good card. And you need your stuff. You need your Amet. You really need this Amet. Key card in the deck. You have to have it to stick stuff. Puts down this Taunt. I think we're gonna see this Siamat. Siamat has never not been a swing turn in any game. Russian Wind Fury.
Or Russian Taunt.
Or Rush Taunt. Rush Wind Fury. Why play Taunt when you can take it in your own hands, I guess?
Yeah, I was just thinking...
Everything will clear up.
Or even Russian Divine Shield would have worked, but then you don't get the clear, but...
I don't think you want to leave anything. Extra Arms is important with this Pyro now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to live throughout his own Pyromancy.
But maybe Topsy first? Get him 1 extra health?
Topsy in Arms.
Topsy and then Arms, yeah. I like it.
You can still heal it up. It's a good idea.
And there's even more arms.
There's even more arms. Even after this whole thing, there's more arms. It's crazy.
You know how crazy would the card be if it was just like
if it kept
extra
going?
Arms, more arms, even more arms, progressively more arms.
It just keeps going. It just never stops. It's like progressive every time. That would be pretty strong.
And they would have never nerfed it, buffed it too.
No. Man, Ryukuma is sticking stuff. Got plays every turn. He's got the Dragon Queen coming up, and you have every buff and no minion to play it on him. This is the Combo Priest purgatory that Maxah's sitting in right now, and we've seen it so many times. We've seen it last tournament too. Combo Priest just has never been a tournament deck because it can be good, but it can also just kill you. And whenever it does, it's tough, right? Because whenever it does, you just have no chance. There's a Ritualist, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that damage, right? That is 20 points of damage.
A lot.
20. It's 20. 21 if you want to use the Goblin there, but that doesn't really seem like it.
No, he's gonna hang out. Hero Power Ziliax, saying nothing is ever gonna happen, and Max are realizing it, and we've seen it happen once again. Yeah. No charges, nothing to do.
Did he silence his own dude is the question.
I think so. I think he did. Why not? Play all your spells, maybe finish a quest or something. Play priest cards. I don't know. We never get that sort of behind the scenes stuff, man. But Ryukuma is gonna win the European Championship. Bow down to your new. No, I wanted to say like Overlord or something crazy, but this is really just the European Champion. Which
you know what
is
I just thought of?
What?
Didn't we call it out earlier? 3-1.
3-1. Sparrow Hawkian. Still, it's the exact same path. He is destined to do this.
Now, does he break the destiny by later winning
And actually win the Trash Bowl against...
or...
Yes, because last time the American champion Pimcore obviously won the Trash Bowl, but congratulations to Ryukuma. You are the European Conference champion. That was a fantastic tournament all around. You get a guaranteed spot in the next tournament, and presuming that the Trash Bowl does come to be, you will be competing in that against the winner between the match of Crown Cooker and Beater Babbitt, which is to come up. It's going to be absolute fireworks, and the Trash Bowl should be even greater. Be sure not to miss it, obviously. And Maxah, thank you very much for competing. It was a great performance for definitely first time playing. I hope we'll see you back. Immense Hearthstone talent, obviously, great performance, but it wasn't quite enough, and the lineup kind of let him down a little bit. I think here it was just it just wasn't matched up in a great way for him, and that showed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him. But yes, Ryukuma did win. And everybody, thank you for watching. We're gonna get on to the interview with Ryukuma now. So we'll cut it here and we'll come back with the glorious winner of the tournament once we have him on the line. We are back with this expansion's European champion. We have Ryukuma live right now for post-match interview. Ryukuma, that was a fantastic game, 3-1 win over Maxah in the conference finals. How does it feel? You already said right away you're no longer the bridesmaid, finally the bride. How does it feel to finally having won that championship game?
I mean, I was honestly happy. I didn't know if I would get as far as I did, to be honest, especially after I saw like everyone from the finals was getting blasted out.
Absolutely, yeah. You saw Sparrowhawk, who I believe you lost last expansion's final to, if I'm not wrong. He lost early, and Pimcorp, obviously the champion, lost got swept in the first round. So it was a dethroning of a lot of champions here, but you made it back, so the consistency definitely showed, and you're gonna go all the way. So that was a very impressive match there. Something that we haven't seen a lot in this one particularly. You got to actually play your priest, which didn't happen much because most people banned it. So how did it feel to finally have an opportunity to bring that deck?
Well, I mean, I played it in the first round versus Zelo, and then Zelo felt why you should ban the priest. But yeah, I mean, look. Also, I mean, big ups to Max. He was the first person to give me a loss in the entire tournament, and he also beat the priest itself.
Yeah, we mentioned this, and JJ actually mentioned another parallel with that right before we started.
Yeah, Sparrowhawk last tournament actually also went undefeated into the finals, and then went 3-1 in the finals.
So you have taken the exact same route as him.
So yeah, if that continues, of course, that would mean you would lose the Trash Bowl, but we'll see about that.
That's where you would have to break the spell and actually beat the American champion.
One thing, technically I did a bit better than Sparrowhawk, because Sparrowhawk last time around lost to Lemonade one match, and then he lost to me one match.
Oh, did he?
So I got a bit better.
Ah, okay. I thought he was also undefeated until the finals.
I thought so too, but anyway.
Yeah, so then that's a mistake on our statistics department isn't qualified enough because it's us. So
Blame
that's a mistake. Yeah, we have to bring Sergey in for that, but he's not exactly that kind of math guy. He's a different sort of person.
I guess one question that we should definitely ask is how did you pick your lineup for this tournament?
I mean, there wasn't a specific way I went about it. I went with what I thought were the best decks, which was basically Rogue and Warlock at the time. So that's how I picked those two. As for the other two, Priests, I just figured everyone would find so annoying that they would ban it every single time. And then Warrior, look, I figured everyone was going to bring a Galakron Warrior, and I was like, I'm not comfortable playing that deck at all. I know how to play Control Warriors. I know how to play Control in general. That's why most of my lineup is Control. And basically, I thought Highlander Warrior was really fun, so I brought that. I think a major mistake a lot of people do is they bring lineups that they're just not confident in. I don't want to bring one control, one combo, and one aggro, kind of like I did last time. I feel like if I bring one type of deck, I'm happier.
So you want to be focused on something and value that consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think especially the choice of a very control-heavy lineup, of course, in the meta that ended up being the tournament, was definitely very valid.
It seemed like it. Yeah. We've seen a lot of aggro happening on all the matches there.
I mean, for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. I heavily thought about bringing my OTK Paladin again, but I knew everyone was going to be playing aggro and Rogue, and I just didn't want to deal with having to always know I'm going to be banning Rogue just to let my Paladin go through.
Yeah, there is a decent chance that you're gonna actually see that Paladin, because Crown Cooker, who's playing in the American Championship, has actually gotten there with that Paladin. He's been doing pretty well with that, so that would be definitely something to look forward to. Speaking of extraordinary lineups, though, I think what we've seen from Maxah there was also something a little bit more to the side, a little bit more off the wall there in his lineup. We haven't seen a lot of Mech Paladins. And then also the Pirate Warrior wasn't necessarily the most popular type of warrior, and he also had that Control Warlock with the Valdris combination. So it was a bit of a different adjustment, I would suspect, for you to pick. So how did you kind of go about preparing for his lineup, and how did you pick your band?
To be honest, one thing, this goes back to one of my points that I think people should focus on something they're good at. I basically thought of, I want to make him play one combo deck, one control deck, and one aggro deck. So it gives him the least consistency at what he's playing. He has to constantly switch his mindset for what he's going to do. And I remembered from the previous meta, even though it's kind of been a while at this point, that Pirate Warrior was a way more consistent deck than the Mech Paladin at that time. So I was like, I can definitely beat Mech Paladin. I know all my decks are favored against it. So that was how I went about that.
That is a very interesting approach, actually. Often we think about the versatility and bringing decks of different varieties, but you're kind of giving the opposite argument there. You're saying I'm playing one archetype, like one sort of idea the whole tournament. That way I can focus myself on just one mindset. That's a very important mindset there. I think a lot of people might approach it differently, but it definitely has worked out for you pretty well. So just quickly about the other game that's obviously coming up. We have an America server, we have Crown Cooker and Peter Babbitt. I'm sure you've been following that a little bit, at least since you've made it to this championship game. Any opinions on that, or who would you rather face, if you want to take a stance on that?
I'll give a nice answer for both of them. Basically, I've been rooting for Peter Babbitt kind of the entire tournament. I thought he was going to win since the very beginning, since I think his lineup was just like the best of everyone in the American server. But, I mean, for storyline purposes, facing Crown Cooker, you'll have a story of the two people who lost to both last year's champions. That's something.
Absolutely, yeah, that would be an interesting one. Crown Cooker has been sort of the American server equivalent of you, just keep knocking on the door, and this time he's looking to break through, so that's going to be good. We're going to have to ask you this question because it's become a tradition, and we're going to do it every time. How did your username come to be, Ryukuma? And are we saying it right?
No, yeah, you're saying it right, Ryukuma. It basically came from Street Fighter, Akuma and Ryu. So that's where I originally got it. And then I was like, this is a pretty cool nickname. Dragons and bears. Cool name.
We haven't asked Sparrowhawk this, but we're 2 for 2 for video games now, because Pimcarp's name also came from a Pokemon game. We're going to keep doing that and see if there's any other origins except for video. I don't expect there to be, but maybe sometimes we'll actually get something different. So that was a very good performance so far. Have you already checked? I'm going to ask, have you already checked your collection on whether you're going to be able to host the Trash Bowl?
Man, I'm Hearthstone rich, you know it.
Oh yeah, you're Hearthstone, that's right. I forget. I shouldn't have even asked you that. With all the golden ledge, I like this move that you did, by the way, in the first game when you played the what's it called, the Discover the Legendaries, the Rogue, and you held on for like 10 seconds just to like show everyone that the legendaries are golden. That was great. Like I'm just gonna, I know I'm picking Floop anyway, but I'm just gonna let it sit there for a bit. So that was impressive. All right, that's good news definitely, because that way we know it's gonna come to be, even though they might not be able to do it. But that's good. We're gonna be getting a Trash Bowl too, which the fans are excited. Some hype for that in the comments, of course. And yeah, thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much for the interview, and we wish you the best of luck in the big one, of course. Get prepped. The next game is probably going to come out a couple of days after yours, because it's being played after yours. It hasn't been played yet as of this point. But get in the lab, and good luck for that. Thank you for the interview, and hopefully we're going to see you again. So that's Ryukuma, everybody. Drop a like on the video. You got your new European champion, and he's going to be the man to beat next expansion. Obviously, you already have the spot secured for next tournament with this win. It's great performance. So standing ovation for this man in the comments, however you can do it. So you can meet him obviously in our Discord server if you are not in that. Link is in the description to that. We've mentioned it. You can also meet us there, which is a lot less exciting, but also the organization about the tournament and everything is happening there. So if you don't want to miss any more of that, drop by in the Discord server. It's a great place to be. Next match coming up, we have Crown Cooker and Peter Babb. It's going to be a fantastic one, and Trash Ball 2 should be looking to be a barn burner no matter what happens. So everyone is excited for that. And Ryukuma, since you're here, you're gonna have the honor bestowed upon you of being allowed to participate in our traditional outro, which is very standardized now, so I guess you know how that goes. You're gonna be the second person, so you'll know how it goes basically. So everyone, thank you for watching. Drop a like, and we're gonna see you in the next one. And JJ,
That's it.
Ryukuma.
That's it.
That's it.